Hey, my name's Jeremy Vest and I'm the Senior Evangelist here. I wanted to personally thank you for being a vidIQ user. We know how tough it is to be a video creator, and we're here to help you on your journey. In today's webinar, I'm going to show you our favorite features so you can get more views and grow your channel fast with vidIQ. And then you can ask us any questions you'd like.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
So after you install vidIQ, one of the first things you're going to see is the scorecard. One of my favorite parts of vidIQ. The overview section shows the vidIQ score. This is based on the popularity of your video compared to other videos. The next section is views per hour, or VPH. This is what vidIQ calls velocity. Then you can see your views, how many subscribers this video drove, what percentage of your subscribers watched this video, the average view time, and the total duration of the video. You can also see the top devices your viewers watched this video on, and the top countries your viewers came from. This next section is social. It shows things like engagement rates and where your engagements came from. You can see your like to dislike ratios, how many comments this video has, and how many Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook followers you have. Alright, the next section is SEO. There are 5 types of actions you can take to improve your video SEO. The first is tag count. This shows how many tags you're using. Tag volume shows how many tags you're ranking for. And then we show you how many keywords are in the title, how many keywords are in the description, and then your score for having the keywords in the tag, title, and description, or what we like to call tripled keywords. The performance section is based on how your videos are doing in the real world, based on the tags you're ranking for. Ranking for high volume tags is the gold standard, and it's really difficult to do. I love this next section as well. It's the video optimization checklist. So after you've uploaded a video, you can come here and see what you've missed. You can see if your tags, titles, or descriptions are too short or long. You can see if you've missed adding a card or an end screen or closed captions. So use this as your checklist to make sure you have everything covered. The controversial keywords section is just for our paid customers, but essentially what it does is it shows you keywords that could be potentially demonetized in your tags, titles, or descriptions. In the channel section, we show you the total amount of views for the channel, the average daily views, what country the channel is from, how many views in the last 30 days, how many total subscribers, how many average daily subscribers, subscribers for the last 30 days, and the YouTube rankings. Video tags are really useful because it shows you what tags were used for that video and how they rank on YouTube. You can see video tags for any video on YouTube. Channel tags just show you what tags are used in the channel section. All right, next we're going to talk about the channel audit. The first 3 numbers show views, subscribers gained, and watch time month over month. You can scroll over each section and see the details. And for me personally, I always want to know I'm going up and to the right every month. This next section shows the content to double down on. So essentially, this is your best content based on views per hour, total watch time, subscribers gained, engagement rate, and top search terms. So this is the content we recommend you focusing on and doing more of. In the next section, we actually show you what you're doing right and wrong so you can go improve those things right now. So for example, the titles, descriptions, and tags, if they were too short or too long, they would show up red, and you could go click and fix those. So for example, I have 2 videos without cards. I can click on these and I can see exactly which videos don't have cards, and I can go fix them. And I can do the same thing for end screens and playlists. So the channel audit is really powerful. It shows you what content's working best and why, and it shows you what you can fix. So if you want to check out how you're doing compared to your competitors, you can add up to 3 competitors with a free version and a lot more for our paid customers. You can see how your competitors are doing in the past 48 hours, this week, this month, or all time. Another cool feature is you can see the top keywords your competitors are using. Now up here, you'll see our real-time stats bar. In order to be monetized by YouTube, you now need 4,000 hours watched and 1,000 subscribers. This tool shows you where you are in that process, and it also has some great insights to see how many views you've had in the last 48 hours, 7 days, how many minutes you've had watched in the last 7 days, and how many total subscribers. So when you're uploading or editing a video, you can start typing in tags. And you'll see that vidIQ actually recommends tags as you're typing. And if you want more results, you'll have to update to a paid plan. And below, you'll see some recommendations as well. When I type something on YouTube, our search panel actually shows you the monthly searches for that term, the highest views, average subscribers, and it shows you our keyword score based on search volume and competition. It also shows you related search terms, which is really important in understanding the entire search ecosphere of what you're looking to rank for. We also show you the top search keywords. Paid plans get a lot more recommendations. What's up, everybody? We are very glad that you are a YouTube user. We're glad that you've chosen vidIQ to help you on your journey. I wanted to thank you so much for being here today. And let's do some channel audits. What questions you have, please make sure you put those questions in the comments on the right-hand side of your screen. And if you want a channel audit, let me know, hey, yes, I would like a channel audit today. And we'll get to as many as we possibly can. So one question I have for you is, where are you guys in the world? And what is the biggest problem you're having right now as being a YouTube creator? What's that one thing that's just really, really difficult for you? So Garitri Yoga says, I have all the keywords in place, but the videos are not getting ranked. Let me know if you want me to audit your channel. I will. Someone's saying the audio is very low. Let me know if anyone else is experiencing that. Trying to get some of these channel audits ready for you guys, so just give me a second here. Suki's would like a channel audit, no problem. Got another channel audit here. And one of the hardest problems Suki's is having is getting subscribers. They have quality content, but low subscribers. Keywords are really hard. All right. Let me see if I can fix my audio real quick. Give me a second. Hopefully that's better. I have tried to crank it up a little bit, so let me know if this audio is better. And we're going to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my screen here. So you should see this Team Grips Poker Training by Evan Jarvis. Congratulations for having 66,000 subscribers. That is pretty awesome. I really like your banner here. I think it's kind of weird that we don't see the tips of your fingers on the desktop view. So maybe readjust your design here. Also, the grips is getting cut off a little bit. So make sure you change up your design a little bit to see whatever you're doing with your hands. I'm guessing you have poker chips in your hands. Looking around, your thumbnails are really great. I'm going to click on your videos and see what's worked the best so far. Click on most popular. So it looks like a lot of your biggest videos did come from 6, 8 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago. And I think a lot of that just has to do with how popular online, poker is now. And basically the competition is so much greater, right? So that's probably a really big part of this. I'm going to look at some of your newer videos. Also, you won really big with the pre-flop checklist, how to win $1,000 in 45 minutes, how to play the flop. So it looks like flop is a big part of your success in the past. So I'm going to see if you've done any videos on flopping, or pre-flop checklists recently. Let's see. So it really doesn't look like it. So one suggestion I would have is actually revisit that video, the biggest video you ever did, the most popular video you ever did. Revisit it and do a lot of videos around pre-flop checklists and pre-flopping. It seems like that was the biggest winning thing you've ever done on your channel. So try to do a lot more of that. Also, your SEO. So you have the name of the person, Alex Blank All In Poker Podcast. Greg Morrison All In Poker Podcast. So you have this podcast, but what I'm seeing that's missing from this podcast is the actual words like Texas Hold'em or whatever poker you're using, right? So if I go into the search bar here and I type in Texas Hold'em, do you see how I have Texas Hold'em poker, strategy, Texas Hold'em how to play? So I'm not exactly what type of poker you're doing, not sure. But I think you're really missing a ton of the actual keywords that people are searching for. And I like to call this matching search intent with your passion. So you're passionate about teaching people how to play poker, but you don't seem to have a lot of the keywords that people are actually searching for, the intent of search in there. So my biggest recommendation to you right now, go all in the flop. That's hilarious, Rob Wilson. Good one. Dad jokes. So what I would do is I would really understand what people are searching for, and then make sure, even on your podcast, make sure you're using like Texas Ultimate whatever blah blah poker podcast with Alex Fitzgerald. I think you're just really missing the main core keywords for your titles. Also, I like your thumbnails, but they're very busy. Like, I'm not sure. Scoop 2017, Charlie Corral, 1.2 million, Win Review, Part 7, G. I think you just have way too many elements. If I was seeing someone's hand like in like their eyes and they're like flopping, or someone grabbing chips and bringing them all into the table, I think that would be a lot more exciting. And then instead of like 1.2 million, maybe you just do like 1.2M or MM or something like that, to where you just don't have as much text on the screen. Right now, I just think these thumbnails are too busy. My favorite thumbnails are actually things like 100K bluff here. This thumbnail is one I would probably click on. Now, I would like to see cards or chips or something, so I know I'm in the right place. $22 million pot. So I definitely think you have some phenomenal thumbnail schools. This is a great one. Every hand, revealed. But some of these up here just have too much going on. I would definitely focus your energy there. So to recap on this channel, I would really up your thumbnail game. I would spend a lot of time, even if you have to hire a designer here, to really up your thumbnail game. Focus on the 3 E's: eyes, emotion, and excitement. Try to get more YouTuber face, more people, giving someone a curious reason to click, like they have a weird face or they're going all in or some type of action to really make someone have a reason to click. And I'll give you an example. Right here with him screaming and he's got the weird bandana thing, that's a great reason to click. The problem is there's just so much going on. I'd like to see this face maybe 80% of the screen with the money on the side or something. So all in all, great theory, up that thumbnail game, and then just use a lot more keyword intent-based terms in your titles, tags, and descriptions and playlists so that people are going to find you more often. It seems like you had a lot of success a long time ago, 5 to 8 years ago, and it honestly seems like that has not happened again. And I think if you really focus in on tentpole events like where the World Series of Perco or whatever's happening, you're doing a lot of videos around that, in real time. Maybe you should do some live streams, get some big watch time happening with live streams up in that title game, and I think you'll be doing a lot better. All right. So Alex, 6,000 subscribers. Congratulations. I really like the banner up here. The problem with this banner that I see right now is just simply I don't know what your channel is about. So even though this is pretty and cool, if you're a photographer, that may be one thing. But I just don't know. I don't know what this means, and I don't know how this image relates to you. So the biggest thing I would say is tell people the what and why, what your channel is about and why that matters to them, what you do, and I think you'll be a lot more successful. Obviously don't speak the language, but I'm just going to try to guess here. It looks like you do a lot of woodworking and crafts, construction. So I definitely don't see that on the banner. And quite honestly, I think you should really study other channels that do a lot of construction and a lot of how-to. I think adding your face in there and a little more intrigue with your thumbnails is going to really help. I'm going to type something in like how to make a birdhouse. Do you see how there's like a bird on this finger and a birdhouse, or the birdhouse is really large? These two thumbnails up here are pretty darn good examples of birdhouses. So visually I know, if I want to make a birdhouse, that's what a birdhouse looks like. Or this is what the final product looks like of a birdhouse I'm about to make. So when you're making your wood project thumbnails, I would just make sure that you really visually highlight what is going on. I think that'll help a lot. Also trying to get a lot of consistency in your thumbnails. And unfortunately, I don't speak the language, so I can't really talk to your titles, but I would recommend making series of videos. Right now, it seems like you're talking about from food to painting to, home repair and things like that. So you're kind of all over the place. I would pick a main focus and create a lot of content around that main focus. So Kevin asks, banners don't impact retention or brand affinity. How would a banner help grow an audience? Focus on a channel's aesthetics is a waste of time. Well, Kevin, I completely disagree with you. I think, first impressions are important. Fundamentally, most of the successful YouTube creators I know, they do 40 things well, not 2 or 3, right? So yeah, if you're making great content and people are consuming that content, cool. But guess what? If your thumbnails suck, their channel aesthetics is everything. I mean, in my opinion, it's about watch time, distribution, titles and thumbnails. So in my opinion, the channel aesthetics, as far as the thumbnails go, is literally probably the third or fourth most important part of becoming a YouTube creator, a successful YouTube creator. And the new YouTube Studio Beta, they really focus in on your click-through rates and your impressions to views. And I think there's a lot of things in the algorithm that basically, if a lot of people are seeing your thumbnails and no one are clicking on them, you're not going to get as much discoverability optimization on YouTube. So 100% disagree with you. Another thing about the banner is if people can relate the what and why you exist quickly, and your banner can help sell that message, then people are going to have a little more trust transference from you. And from there's a book called Primal Branding I highly recommend you read. But first impressions are pretty darn important, and could not disagree with you more. Obviously, we're all up, Now, at the end of the day, let's say only 5% of your audience goes to your channel page, and not a lot of people see your channel banner. I understand that it's not everything, but if you do 40 or 50 things right, that combination of doing things awesome is, I think, what is going to make a creator really, really good. If you go to any YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, most of them have decent banners. Now, maybe not all of them do, but most of them do. All right. All right, any tips on helping getting subscribers? Only 5% of my views are subscribed. Brendan, one thing I would say is make sure you ask for the subscribers and don't wait till the end of the video. Waiting till the end of a video sometimes is a bad idea. Because obviously a lot of your subscribers aren't going to stay to the very end. Maybe put some visual cues up there. Make sure you're giving content that people actually want to consume and it is different in some way or unique than other people, so that people have a reason to subscribe to you. And make sure you're also teasing and doing things like hooks, so you don't want to miss the next episode. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss this next episode. I'm going to talk about this. And, just really act like you're interacting with someone, and just give people a lot of reasons to subscribe. All right, so without further ado, we're going to keep on going to some more channel audits. Let's see here. Congratulations on crossing 1,000 subscribers, Augustino. Great banner, by the way. You got your face on there. You got your logo in your eyes. I think that's kind of creative. I also like that you put where this is available. I'm guessing this is a music channel. So one thing I want to let you guys know about is, let me go to another. Let's see, something cow video music. Okay, so one thing I want you guys to know about anyone doing music at all, I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you can stream your music live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for example, this channel went from almost no subscribers to 2.5 million subscribers. And what they do is they consistently stay live forever. They just stay alive and stay alive and stay alive. And you can see this video actually has 16,000 people currently watching it. Now, It has 675,000 likes, and it's been live since August 22nd. It is difficult to keep a stream live this long. You do need something called a VPS, or a virtual private server, virtual streaming server. So you do need to plan it, and you need software like OBS and some other things to make this work. But essentially, what's happening is there's a type of hip hop called LOFI, LOFI. And watch this. I'm going to type in LOFI. The #1 channel in the world for LOFI happens to be this channel that's live. So what's happening specifically for music, for some reason, YouTube is surfacing live now channels more than non-live channels. And I can prove that because the first 3 results for this type of hip hop are all live. Live now, live now, live now. So if I was a music channel, I would make a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week live stream, and I would stream my music live. I would theme my music. So let's say my music was R&B reggae. Then I would say something like R&B reggae to relax or to study, R&B reggae to work to. So basically, find a way, figure out what these live people are doing, see like chill study beats, beats to sleep to, beats to relax to. So basically find what people are. Music, by the way, on YouTube is pretty much the largest thing on YouTube. Music is absolutely huge. So as a creator, we want to surface higher, and we want to rank better in organic discoverability optimization on YouTube. So when people type in your name or the type of music you play, you want to rank higher. When you're live, you're ranking higher than normal. So if I was a musician, my music would be playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I would have one type of music, and I would even get all my friends that make music to also allow me to play their music, and it would just be streaming. For some reason, this is a huge win. And Chilled Cow, if you go into history and you see basically their channel, they basically went from nothing to 2.5 million subscribers. So that would be my biggest recommendation to you. All right, just seeing if there's any other. Sokies, yes, your audit is coming. All right, so 337 subscribers. Talk to the hand, so I'm guessing this is like a puppet show. I just kind of see how many videos you have, how long you've been doing this, what the most popular video is. Try to get a sense of your channel. So for the amount of subscribers you have, 300 subscribers, the fact that you have some videos with 4,000 and 3,000 and 1,000 views, it's really awesome. It seems like you're doing a really good job here. I'm going to click on one of these videos. Hopefully there's nothing too bad here. Oh, this is great. So you're basically using sock puppets to do reviews, probably on a green screen, so that you can make different graphics. So first off, I would say that this channel is awesome. You're doing comedy, you're using sock puppets, so it doesn't seem like you're doing anything that's copyright infringed, and you're using a lot of, viral, videos that could go viral. I guess a few things I would say is I really don't like, just personally, don't like the art at the top. I feel like the yellows with these sock puppets don't really give how awesome your channel is justice. Maybe like a professional designer or something can do more of like a creative, like cool version of this design. Right now with these yellows, it feels a more like kids channel, and just watching a few seconds of one video, it was definitely not kid friendly. So I'd make this more adult looking, like visually. And then on the thumbnails, I think there's just way too much text and they're just way busy. I just think they're way, way, way busy. So even with sock puppets, I feel like you could get the faces a little bigger and have less text and just make better thumbnails. So I do believe that upping your thumbnail game and your banner game, just really tying it all together would help your channel a lot. I also feel like talk to the hand is not necessarily, it's clever, and I think people would get it. But you may want to say something like adult comedy, or I'm not sure what you want to put there, but if you can tell people what your channel is about and why that matters to them, then I think people can resonate quicker. Another thing I would say is you definitely seem to be doing shock and awe style, BuzzFeed style, getting people to click on things style videos. The problem with this philosophy is you need distribution. So you may want to try to find subreddits that will share your content, magazines, people, a community of people that like this type of animation style, or it's not animation, but, basically find a community that appreciates you and then build that. Another thing you may want to do is you may want to put something like the word sock puppet or puppets or puppeteers or something like that in your titles, so that people that appreciate that genre will actually find your content. So kind of to recap, I would up your thumbnail and your banner game, kind of make it more adult looking, a lot less busy. I would personally try to use some type of term that people that like this type of thing would find, like puppeteer, puppets, sock puppets. And I think fundamentally the titles are tough right now because you don't have distribution. Peter McKinnon can say this is not cool, and it doesn't matter what words he uses. He has 3 million people, that follow him, so who cares, right? It doesn't matter. He has a big enough audience to where whatever he does is going to work. And Saki says, like, I thought the thumbnails just needed to stand out with color and shapes. Well, it's obviously a whole lot deeper science than that. I mean, first off, they need to stand out compared to your competitors. So as Seth Godin says, you need to be the purple cow, right? So your thumbnails definitely do need to stand out. But there's a whole science and psychology to why I'm going to click on this thumbnail versus that thumbnail. So there's a lot of, from graphic design, emphasis, flow, repetition, alignment, balance, color theory, to intrigue, giving someone a reason to click, like you won't believe what's happening next type stuff, to just visual appealing. There's just so many layers of why someone's going to click on something. And as a creator, it really is your job to try to improve that every week and, try to get more clickable thumbnails. So thumbnail science is no joke. It's really complicated. But I will say building an audience or finding words people are using to find sock puppet jokes or something like that is going to be critical for you to build this mass audience. Okay, we're going to move on here. So there was someone that asked for a channel audit, but they have 0 subscribers and no content, so I can't really audit that channel. I'm going to see if anyone else would like an audit. Let's see. All right, you're about to hit 100 subscribers. That's really cool. And you're hugging a penguin. That's awesome. So let's see what you're all about. It looks like you're a vlogger, maybe a travel vlogger. I'm going to go and see what your most popular video is so far. So, 482 views for a channel with less than 100 subscribers is quite awesome. So, I really think these 2 thumbnails here are the top things to do in Dubai, solo Dubai birthday. Pretty good. I think you're doing a really good job. For a new channel, I think that you are kicking butt. Being a travel vlogger is really difficult. There's a lot of people doing it. You may want to find like a niche within the niche, right? So you may want to try to connect and relate to people more like you. You may want to pick a specific part of the world. You may want to try a particular type of travel, like travel on the cheap, or finding verticals and niches within this vertical. I think in general, travel vlogging is too saturated. But going to a specific place, maybe when you're in Dubai or when you're in a country, maybe what you should do is make 20 or 30 videos in that country. So, the 10 things, the 10 ways to save money while vacationing in Hawaii or in Maui, and then make a series of 20 or 30 videos on that trip in Maui. And the reason for that is you could become a perceived thought leader about traveling in Maui or traveling in Maui on the cheap or inexpensively. So if I typed in Maui so the ultimate Maui guide, 10 things to do in Maui, Maui vacation, Maui travel tips. So you see you could literally do 30 or 40 or 50 videos on that one place. I think that is really going to be the secret to success long term with this type of thing, because there's so much competition. If if you're 2 inches wide and a mile deep in content, meaning it's very narrow but very deep in one particular city like Maui, then your chances of success are much, much, much greater. If you make 2 or 3 videos on every city you go to, that's what everyone else is kind of doing. So that would be my biggest suggestion to you, is just find a way to get a lot more in depth and become that perceived thought leader for that city. All right. Got some more audits here. I'm going to go ahead and line some of these audits up while I have a second. All right, I think this is about the maximum audits we can do. So I've got some now here. All right, Rich Review. You got 0 subscribers and looks like 1. Congratulations. You put up your first video 2 hours ago. That's so exciting, man. And you already got 38 views. Good for you. So as a new creator that put up their first video 2 hours ago, I'm going to give you some real friendly advice. 1, your video production is rad, so don't worry about that. You obviously understand how to do video production. I would make series of content. So for example, on these Apple AirPods, I would try to make 30 videos on these Apple AirPods. I would make one just for the charger case. I would make one just on how to avoid breaking them or losing them, or, you know, literally go figure out like Apple AirPods and figure out the 20 or 30 things people are searching for. I know there's reviews. I know there's like versus Apple AirPods versus this, unboxing, fake Apple AirPods, why they're so popular, don't buy them without watching this, unbox therapy. When in doubt, always look at unbox therapy because he's very good at what they do. 13,000 million subscribers. The tricks you should know about your AirPods. So the trick I want to tell you that most people won't listen to me and they won't actually do this is 2 inches wide, a mile deep for every product you review. If you answer all the questions people are asking about Apple AirPods, you're going to rank for that term a little higher because there's a honeymoon phase of the first like 2 to 72 hours, 7 to 72 hours. There's this honeymoon phase where you're ranking a little higher. So go try to find these 20 or 30 videos that people are making on Apple AirPods. Make all those videos and then go to a next product. 2019, it's going to be very, 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 very hard to rank. This is one of the most surefire ways to start building your audience and ranking when you no longer can just make a video or 2 and expect to rank. All right. vidIQ. You see what this is first off, and then looks like trucking simulation. I'll click about here to see what this is. So I still really don't know what this is. I'm going to click on one of these. So it looks like a trucking simulator. So it's game. Okay. So the first thing I would say is I would actually put the name of the game, or the trucking simulator rather, in each title in the beginning. And then I would put what the video is about. I don't know if you've seen this, but air flight simulators. Another thing is for VilSkill. I have no idea what that means. I would probably have like a picture of a truck and, say something like blank, road simulator, blah, blah, blah. Tell people what your channel is about and why that matters. Have trucks and, things like that in your banner so people can relate and understand what your channel is about. VilSkill, it could be a skill saw, it could be a college. I have no idea what it is. So visually and from a grammar perspective, explain to people what you are all about. So there are a ton of videos right now, like comedy videos on flight simulators. So you may want to see if there's something similar for this, but there are just millions and millions and millions and millions of views of people playing flight simulator games and getting like 3, 4, 5 million views of just people playing really badly. So one idea I have for you is to see if you could not actually take this philosophy and this concept to the ground, with your simulation. There's just people that play really badly. So not exactly sure why this is such a big deal, but there are a lot of very, very, very funny flight simulator things out there. So you may want to check on that. All right. Obviously, you're going to want to add your banner and you're going to want to add a trailer eventually. Unfortunately, I do not speak the language, so I'm not exactly sure what this is. One thing I would say is right now you have the same thumbnail for every single video. Even if the words were different, it doesn't matter. It's all the exact same thumbnail. So I would actually use a scene from the video or a still image photography from the video shoot and really try to figure out what, visually show what this video is. So it looks like it's music. So I would actually show like a guitar or the band playing, or, highlight what musical instrument is playing. In the actual video itself, there are some really cool like music packs. Like, for example, you could have like videos of clouds going or a waterfall playing. So with stock photography, one I like to use is elements.invoto.com, and you can get like really cool just music like lines and waterfalls and things like that just playing in the background. Because this is a visual medium, I would try to make these songs a lot more visual. All right. So let's see here. We have 72 subscribers and a lot of views. Looks like you have a couple of videos with over 2,000, one with 8,000 views. Very, very cool. So I'm Just going to try to click on and see what's going on here. So I'm guessing Finale 2012 is software for composing music. And it looks like your videos, looks like besides 1 month ago, you really haven't been uploading consistency. So one of the biggest things I would say is you really need at this point to put out about 1 video a week if you can. That is crucial. Now, Dude Perfect has almost 40 million subscribers, and they only put out a couple of videos a month. But they're Dude Perfect. They have a big distribution platform. And, you know, when you're that big, it really doesn't matter. So one thing I would say is I would try to consistently put out 1 video a week. And then right now, it seems like how to stop lessons.com from stealing your clients. I'm not sure if they're music clients, right? So, or what lessons.com is. I feel like your titles aren't really putting in what people are searching for. So let's see. You're talking about Squarespace and ManyChat, and you're talking about where you're just talking about so many different things. I would really just focus. You know, one of the ideas I would have is make a series of let's just see what we can come up with here. So maybe making a series of how to play the cello for beginners in 24 hours, certain songs by certain musicians, tutorials, what to avoid, 10 tips when you're getting started playing a cello. And, you know, basically match your passion for the cello with the intent of what people are actually searching for. I think this is your biggest problem. And I think the way to solve this is series and series and series of videos. Also, make sure you up your thumbnail game. So, for example, this thumbnail right here really shows me what's happening. This thumbnail shows someone playing a cello. This thumbnail has nice typography. So just make sure that you're upping your thumbnail game and make sure that you're going into a series of videos around what you want to talk about and speak about. All right, one thing I would say on this channel is don't hide your subscriber count. That really puts a lot of distrust to people. Like they don't know if you have 1 million subscribers or 2 subscribers. They can easily go into your views and see like, okay, if you're getting 100 or 500 views, you probably don't have 1 million subscribers anyways. So again, I'm having a language barrier here, but what I can see is it's clearly like a kids playing channel. I would try to add colors in the background, primary colors. The kids seem to click on primary colors a little more. And let's see. Just trying to click on a video to kind of see what I can figure out what's going on here. So it seems like a kids playing channel. So when possible, just try to make as much as you can. Try to just make it more kid friendly. At the banner here, I would actually have the child playing with stuff, and you know maybe the tagline is whatever you guys do. Thumbnails are very decent. I would just have a lot more color in the background. All right, I'm going to see if there are any more questions here. All right. Well, it looks like we have another hour under our belts with a webinar from vidIQ. We hope this helped you. Let us know if you have any questions. support@vidiq.com. If you want a free 30-day trial of our more powerful boost, you can actually find that link in the description, and it'll automatically apply a coupon code to give you a free 30-day trial of our software. And it's been a pleasure, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your video making day.